Hey Wanderers, and welcome back to the Wandering Gamer Network plays Kingdom Hearts 3. Oh, man, it's been so long. I'm Zack.
And I'm Mandi. And yes, it has been, it's been weeks, honestly, since
if
we
not
played.
a month and a half.
Has it been a month and a half already? Jeez. I wouldn't be surprised. We got crazy busy there for a little bit.
I don't even know where I'm going. I haven't even played this game in a long time.
Really?
I beat the next world, and then I just kind of fell off. Because Cody had me start playing Dark Souls, and...
Yeah, and when...
Surprisingly enough, it got him to be quieter about it, though.
Oh, once you started playing?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because then he had someone to talk to about it.
Is this where I want to go? I have a vague idea. Like, I know what it looks like if I see it.
Cool. Well, we're going to wherever you think Buzz is.
I think it's the third floor, actually. Don't you love this?
Which part? Running around not knowing where we're going?
Yep. It's so much fun.
I'm actually surprised they don't have like a, I don't know, like a little arrow on the little mini map up there to show, unless the key is supposed to show your direction, but I think that's just showing which way you're pointing.
Yeah, it's showing which way we're pointing. Yeah, they don't really give, like, the map is just literally a map, which I don't dislike. It's just a weird choice nowadays since everything has, like, objective markers and handholds you through it.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
I was going to skip these guys, but I also realized I'm kind of underleveled, so I'm like, maybe I shouldn't.
Oh, yeah.
Get some cheap experience. Hey, leveled up.
Speaking of leveling.
Yeah, I spent some time in my actual game leveling, so like I'm way higher level in that, which is nice. But now I'm like real low level in this. I'm like, that scares me.
Well, I mean, when you're not recording, it's easier to go and grind. And
yeah, like I went back and just like picked up everything I was missing.
Yeah, as I'm sure I've said before in several other places, if not on here, I don't have the biggest video game background, and so Cody and I saw Detective Pikachu,
which was
amazing. And after I saw that, I really wanted to play Pokemon because I've never played it before, other than like Pokemon Go.
Which, if we're being honest, isn't really Pokemon.
It's not, but which I'm realizing because for Mother's Day, I got my first DS, and I've been playing Pokemon, and I've been having a really fun time, but oh man, the grinding is...
It's rough.
It is rough.
There's a reason why it's hard for me to finish Pokemon games.
Yeah, it's hard because I know you and I are both 100%ers. Like, we like to finish things completely, but I don't know if I'm going to be finishing Pokemon completely.
Well, and the problem I have also is, like, you can't, like, without, like, having both games and playing through one of them multiple times, you can't get all the Pokemon.
That's true. That does make a difference because we've got the 3DS and the 2DS between Cody and I. He's playing Pokemon Moon, and I'm playing Pokemon Sun. So ideally, we'd be able to get all the Pokemon. And actually, we already did do a switch or a trade because there were some in his game that I didn't have. But it is very frustrating trying to find them all.
Right, or like getting all the starters, and it's just... There are quirks of Pokemon that I am not a fan of.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is, like, from what I understand, Sun and Moon, compared to the other ones, actually has a storyline that's not just follow your enemy around and try to beat them. And I'm really enjoying that part of it, but... You know, as you go to the next thing, you're like, oh man, if I'm gonna even have a chance of beating this, I gotta get my team up to a decent level.
Right, and I also just like, figuring out what button I need to hit.
No, you're fine.
I just don't like the, like, did we not finish this?
Maybe we didn't.
I thought we did. Oh man, I gotta go. Well, I can actually start doing stuff again though. Plot-wise, objective-wise, whatever you want to call it. But my problem is with like Pokemon, like I always want it to be more like this is your partner that's like with you to the end of the line, and then it's just like, but it's not that. It's just organized dogfighting.
Yeah. Well, and that was actually something. I was watching the Completionist the other day, and he had a very interesting review of Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. And that actually seems to be more of what I guess me as a newbie would want in a game, where you actually can have like the Pokemon of your choice plus Eevee or Pikachu, depending on which one you're playing. You can actually have them like following you or riding them or ride them. There we go. That's the correct grammar. But it seems a lot more interactive with your Pokemon, and
Which
that seems
cool.
like a lot of fun. But I don't want to pay for a Switch.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I've thought about getting a Switch. I'm like, I have a Wii U, which I never use. And I know people say the Wii U isn't great, which it isn't. But I'm also like, what would I get? I've played Odyssey because of Vinny. We played it on this, actually. That's all recorded. And go watch that. Make me feel better about myself.
Yeah, go watch it.
But, like, I played that. Breath of the Wild I bought for my Wii U and beat reluctantly.
I like the Mario Kart on it. I haven't played the Mario Kart
But
on the Switch.
It's the same Mario Kart or it's an updated form of the Mario Kart on the Wii U, which I have.
Oh, the Switch one?
Yeah.
Okay.
There might be a Fire Emblem game. I would play Fire Emblem, but you know, like, I don't want to pay $200, $300 plus the game for Fire Emblem or Let's Go Pikachu.
Yeah, I feel like at this point, in terms of getting, Cody and I've had this discussion. Like in terms of getting any new console or system, like it just feels like we need to wait until there are like more games we want to be playing.
Yeah.
Before it's of interest to get.
And with the PS5 being announced, like, I'm like, well, if I'm going to get a new system sooner or later, it's going to be a PlayStation.
That's right. I forgot that they announced that PS5 is coming
Which
out.
I'm disappointed in. I was hoping this was, like... I was hoping this was going to be the last console I had to buy. Or, like... Well, I was hoping
it's never going to be the last console.
Well, I'm hoping what they're going to do is they're going to eventually just, like, keep upgrading it. Like, you know, like, it's always the same engine. You know,
yeah.
like I can always play my games from now on forever. Is what I'm hoping? Jeez, that killed a lot of people.
Yeah, wow, that was impressive.
So, like, I was hoping, like, with the PS4 Pro coming out, I was hoping, like, they'd just, like, oh, like, eventually you have to buy the PS4 Pro because, like, the PS4 isn't strong enough.
Yeah.
But that means, like, all of my PS4 games are always compatible.
Yeah.
But, you know, with the PS5, every previous gen is compatible, apparently. So...
Yeah, that is one thing I liked about the Wii U, because all of their Wii games were compatible, so that was nice, because we have a couple of those.
Nope, wrong thing. Oh, no, it was the right thing. Nice.
But yeah, I totally get it, where it's just like, can we just not have to do this?
Yeah. And, like, I'm liking consoles. I like controllers a lot, but I'm liking consoles less and less just because, like, my PC that I built can run anything, and then 95% of games I play are all on Steam, so I have them all in one place. I don't have to put in a disc. I don't have to worry about it taking 2.5 years to download.
Yeah, the only thing is, and I think I had just talked about this recently somewhere, but if it's on Steam, you don't actually own the games, right?
So, yes and no. Technically, they could revoke my license at any time for any of my games.
Yeah.
But they're never going to do that. And in the same way that people don't always recognize is that if the console stops supporting it, like at this point, like PlayStation could revoke any of my PS4 games, even if I have the disc.
I guess that's true.
So, like, and the thing is, like, if they start doing that to people, well, Steam has done that for certain games that have, like, legal problems. And then like, 9 times out of 10, they refund you the money. And sometimes they even give you, like, bonuses, like, where, like inconvenience bonuses, like, oh, you paid $15 for this, we'll give you 20, you know?
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
That's
like,
good.
there is a risk to it, but not enough of a risk that anyone's ever gonna do it.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion. I could be wrong. You know, I've been wrong before.
No, I totally get what you're saying. It
Yeah.
makes sense.
And I've started getting digital games on PlayStation, and well, I haven't really bought anything on the Wii U since Breath of the Wild.
I guess we haven't either. I think Breath of the Wild was the last thing. I know we got Smash.
I should get that one of these days, but I also like, nope, not what I wanted to do.
As long as one of us has it.
Right, because you're the only people I play it, or Cody and Vinny are the only people I play it with. I just played too much. Like, it just like feels weird to not own Smash because I played so many hours of Smash Bros. So many.
Yeah, I get that. It's definitely...
Yeah, I mean, that was the game I played a ton growing up.
Yeah, well, and it's definitely just like... It's just one of those really good games to play when you're with people.
Yes.
Although, speaking of good games to play with people, I need to talk Cody into getting, like, I don't know the company name, but they made a Quiplash.
Jackbox?
Yeah.
I don't know the company, but it's the Jackbox Party Pack.
Yeah, yeah. Those are so much fun to play with other people.
Yes, they are. They're more fun than they should be, honestly.
Right? Oh, so entertaining now.
Well, because Vinny showed us them, and he's like, let's play a party game. And I'm like, I loathe party games. Well, like, I don't like Apples to Apples. I really don't like Cards Against Humanity, or, like, Joking Hazard is a new one, where it's, like, Cyanide and Happiness. And I'm like, they're fun for all of, like, 10 minutes for me, and then I'm done. Is there a jump?
Yeah, I feel like...
There we go.
Like, not... Like, it was fun while we did it, but, like, it definitely feels like post-college. Like, college kind of ruined Apples to Apples and the other one for me.
Yeah, well, I had a bad experience with Apples to Apples where I was in this class in high school. It was like the winter term classes where it's like, it's a week long, and you'll just take this one class for like 4 hours a day, or two classes for 4 hours a day each. And one of the classes, like, it was like an art class that we were supposed to build like toothpick bridges and then test them out. Mm-hmm. And he's like, work on it as much as you want. I don't really have anything super planned. And then everyone finished their bridge like halfway through day one because it was like an art class building toothpick bridges. So like it wasn't even to make them pretty. It was just like to test them.
Yeah.
A cactus?
Yeah.
Sorry, I got distracted by.
No, it's all right. Interesting cactus. I had to laugh at it.
It's from Final Fantasy, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You know, but I have not played enough Final Fantasy to. I think it's. I don't know if this is the only place it shows it, but I think it's in Final Fantasy X. It's one of the people's weapons.
Yeah, I think so.
But I have not played. I haven't ever finished a Final Fantasy game, so they're like better Pokemon, but still kind of boring.
Yeah, I've never played a Final Fantasy game, but I've been editing for this other YouTube channel, and the guy, they're talking about Final Fantasy right now, and oh my gosh, it's only Final Fantasy VII, and they're just going through like the story, and I'll be honest, it's exhausting. That's a Final Fantasy thing.
Yeah, the Moogles.
Yeah.
One of the Final Fantasy game I played the most was this. Whoa, I do not need 13. Wait, have I upgraded their shields?
I don't know.
Sorry, this is a little boring, but we're also at that awkward moment where I'm like, I don't necessarily want to go into the boss fight right now, but I also like we can't end with only like 10 minutes in this episode.
No, you're good. Go ahead and do that, and we can keep talking. Because my roommate in college also just loves Final Fantasy, and I will say that because this is the same thing I feel about Pokemon. I actually like turn-based combat from like a newbie standpoint, because I feel like with grinding I'm able to do things. I can make bad decisions, but I can't make like really, really bad decisions, you know?
Well, it's the thing is, like, you can make bad decisions, but at a certain point you can just make yourself strong enough that you'll win.
Yeah, which is actually funny enough. That's exactly what's happening with my starter Pokemon, because I just never put them in a box. So my starter Pokemon can basically beat anybody because I've just leveled them up to that point.
Right.
But yeah, I like, you know what else I appreciate? I do appreciate the Final Fantasy, like, character designs.
Honestly, like, the thing that Final Fantasy is, I think, or the turn-based stuff and designs, I think are done better in Fire Emblem, honestly.
Really?
Well, because Fire Emblem's more of, like, a military tactics kind of game.
Okay.
Which makes it sound more lofty than it is, but it's like, you move a guy, and then he'll attack someone, and you have to, like, plan your moves so like your units aren't killed and stuff. And I enjoy that more, and it's also like fantasy instead of like kind of cyberpunk.
I feel like science fiction is probably a good category for it.
Because they use, and like some of the earlier stuff used to be super fantasy-esque.
For Fire Emblem?
No, for Final Fantasy.
Oh, gotcha.
Like Final Fantasy 1 was like knights and mages and all that, you know.
Yeah.
Your wizards. Your Worlds of Warcrafts.
Emblem here.
Stupid lucky emblems.
No one cares.
I've gone through and gotten them all in every other in my own game, but I don't feel like doing it for this one.
Yeah, I getcha.
But yeah, like I don't think Final Fantasy is necessarily bad, but it is like held on this pedestal of being like this amazing thing, and I don't think it necessarily is, personally. This is the Final Fantasy type of game that I've put the most time into, is Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, well, and I feel like the story elements of Kingdom Hearts, it feels like the convoluted stuff comes from Final Fantasy. Yep. And I could be wrong about that, but that is 100% how it feels.
We leveled up twice so far.
Awesome.
I think we should call this one probably, though, since we got a boss fight next.
Yep, I'm okay with the short one since we're going to go into something crazy.
Woo, yeah, that's a crazy boss fight. So until next time, everybody, keep wandering.
Bye.
I have no idea. Hello, Wanderers, and thanks for listening to this episode of the Wandering Gamer Network Plays Kingdom Hearts 3. We hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to hear more content from the Wandering Gamer Network, check out the link in the description below. We have several actual play podcasts, including D&D 5th Edition and City of Mist. Until next time, keep wandering.